What is going on, guys? This is Pokemon Mystery Mail Day number 113. We are really, it's crazy that we've got over 100 of these videos. It's wild. Let's go ahead and get into it. So I have a very special card here, and then we're gonna open up this box. I'm gonna show you guys exactly what I've been picking up, stuff that I plan to keep, stuff that I plan to add to my collection, stuff that I plan to sell, and just full transparency, what I'm doing, what's working for me. All right, let's go ahead and open this up. I honestly have no idea what this is, so this one is equally a mystery to me. I did some background, I did some origin stories, some lore, looked into some cards that I think that this could be, because I'm ordering multiple cards in, and I kind of wait. I give the mail days a couple days or a week until I actually talk about the stuff that I get in. Just because, you know, I don't want to do mail days back to back to back. So I honestly don't know what this is. I did a write-up that I have depending on what Pokemon it is. Anyways, let's go ahead. Let's open this guy up and get into it. I am going to try and not look at this so that it is a mystery to all of us. All right, here we go. Here we go. In 3, 2, 1. Wham! And it's Gold Star Vaporeon! So, I thought that this was going to be something else. I wasn't really ready for Gold Star Vaporeon, but at the end of the day, there isn't even that much information on Gold Star Vaporeon. Well, on Vaporeon as a whole. So, every Pokemon that I pick up, especially when it's like a semi-grail card or just a nice card, I want to look into these Pokemon and, you know, kind of learn about the origin of their design, where it kind of came from, what it stems from, and if there's any meaning behind it, you know, because that's just kind of cool information that adds value to these cards and that makes me appreciate them more beyond just market prices and artwork. The story, the origin of how these Pokemon come to be, how their designs come to be, it's very important to me. Vaporeon actually isn't all that crazy. So we're going to go ahead and take this off, get a close look at this guy. Please, Lord, be clean. Okay, the front looks clean. Okay. The back looks clean. Whew. Okay. So I have two white corners on the back, but other than that, I mean, just real quick, let's sift over this one more time. Because I'm gonna be honest with you guys, if I get a card that's like dinged up and I'm like, this is a bummer, then it's something that I am likely to try and sell at some point, maybe get rid of. But this one looks pretty damn clean. I'm trying to get some harsh lighting on it. Sometimes it can be a little hard to tell like what the condition is actually like underneath the slab. But yeah, this card is a super clean copy. It looks beautiful. And I'm looking for any swirls. Oh, and it has a swirl. My Vaporeon has a swirl. That's awesome. Okay, so right off the bat, Vaporeon is basically based off of a merlion, a mermaid lion creature. I mean, that's really all there is to it. If you have more information on Vaporeon, feel free to share, but I looked hard for any information on Vaporeon, you know, mythological creatures that it might be based off of, and at the end of the day, it just seems like it's kind of either a play on a catfish or a merlion. Either way, Vaporeon is definitely one of the coolest, most well-known EV evolutions. And this Vaporeon in particular, the Gold Star Vaporeon, this is an expensive card, right? Flareon's worth around 800, Jolteon's worth, in my opinion, around 700. That might not be what the market is today, but that's just what I feel like it's actually worth. I know people are trying to get $1,000 for that card. And then of course, I got the Espeon not too long ago. I think Espeon and Umbreon are definitely arguably the favorite EV evolutions. And then you've got, you know, Sylveon, Glaceon, Leafeon. I'm not nearly as big a fan of those, but let's just show you guys this card so you guys can appreciate this card the same way that I do. It really is a beautiful card, and I'm stoked to have it. I am stoked to have it. All right, so here's the back of the card. You guys can see there's pretty much maybe barely some whitening on these corners, this corner a little bit. It's really these top corners. So these top corners, you've got a little whitening here and a little whitening on this side, and it's a PSA 9. So other than that, I mean, the centering on the card is actually not too bad. It's pretty well centered. And then of course, the holo on this card is probably the best between Jolteon, Flareon, and Vaporeon. I'd say Vaporeon is probably the best looking one. And this holo just looks absolutely incredible. Very reminiscent of Mudkip. You know, that kind of underwater vibe style of art, with the water bubbles kind of coming out at you. I mean, it's absolutely awesome. Just the way the gold stars are designed with the Pokemon coming out of the frame. Absolutely awesome. And we can see on this one, we've got some gnarly holo orbs, but on this one, there is a swirl over here. Let's see if we can recreate the swirl right above Vaporeon's head. You guys might not be able to see the swirl right there, but there is 100%. You guys might be able to see it now, but there's definitely a swirl right here above Vaporeon's head. There's a sweet swirl, and it's awesome. Like, whenever I can get a card and just, you know, kind of almost by mistake, I get a swirl in it, it looks phenomenal. Like, I can definitely see that way better than you guys will over the camera, but I'm just so happy that it got a swirl, because Jolteon has a swirl, Vaporeon has a swirl, a lot of my gold stars have swirls. It just looks awesome. The back side of it, you know, it's got some dirt, it's got some stuff on there. It looks like, you know, it maybe could have been cleaned off on the back, but other than that, like, it's super clean, and I'm glad to finally have this card. And yeah, not much more lore behind it. We'll take one more look at Vaporeon, and then we're going to go ahead and take a look at everything else I'm picking up lately. All right, let's go ahead and dive into this big box right here. All right. Now, some of this stuff is going to be for my personal collection, and then honestly, one or two of these items are going to be for sale. So Mercari no longer has sales fees, which I've found great. I've already started to take advantage of that. I've already been selling stuff and getting full value on it, which has been really great for me. Okay, and they wrap this up very, very nicely. I'm already forgetting. Does it have the name? Okay, well, appreciate you, Nicholas, for hooking me up with this. I'm forgetting what that eBay handle was. I might link it in the description, but let's go ahead and let's open this first one. So a lot of you guys know, I'm a big vintage Pokemon theme deck collector, and I told myself I wasn't going to collect EX series decks, but now I also have a huge EX series deck collection. I think I'm 4 decks short of completing the WotC deck collection, and I'm 7 decks short of completing the EX deck collection. And now I've just decided, you know what, let's do 2007 to 2009. So we're talking like Platinum, Diamond and Pearl, and Stormfront. So we're talking about, well, just everything in that era. I'm probably forgetting something, but first one's up. We got a Platinum deck, which the Flourish theme deck. So that's pretty sweet. That's pretty sweet. And it's got this like hollow. It's got this, and this one's based off Shaman. Sorry, I'm looking at it because I've never seen one of these before. And this is super cheap. This is super cheap, but I picked this one up for $50. This was the best deal I could get off eBay. It's sealed. It's in really, really good condition. But yeah, it's based off Shaman. These are the last decks like this, guys. I am not going to continue collecting decks after this. I stop pretty much at 2009 now for good. Mainly just because these decks still have an eye appeal and they still look really, really cool. And the way they boxed them and sealed them. Today, we don't have that seal. Today, we have a little frame that opens up the box. I think that takes away from the allure. But anyways, this one's really nice and it has a hang tag in the back. So we got a Shaman, and this deck is from, like I said, we're maxing out at 2009, maybe 2010. So let's see if this has a date on it. 2009. Yeah, so we got our Platinum deck. And I almost bought another one of those, but I just felt like that deck would not sell again. Like, that's just... I just feel like no one is ever going to be looking for that deck. It's just because I want to complete a major theme deck goal that I wanted to pick that up. Okay, next deck coming up. Oh, man. And this one I was super stoked for. Heart Gold, Soul Silver. So I guess we're going up to 2010, technically. Because, yeah, that'll be 2010. Yeah, 2010. And this one's based off of Meganium. You've got a Typhlosion one and a Feraligatr one. It just looks phenomenal. Again, it's in really, really good condition. I did pick up 2 of these. So basically, I do think that this is a collectible deck. I do think that somebody will want a copy of this. So I bought 2 just because, you know, he was only willing to give me a good price if I got both. And then on top of that, I just figured all the other ones were priced a lot higher on eBay. And I just thought, you know what, I'll grab both of them and I'll just flip the other. And it might pay for the one that I'm going to keep. So also this gives me a pick of the litter. Again, it's got that foil. This one also has a hang tag on the back as well. Everything looks like it's in pretty good shape. It's got some little dings here and there, but no cuts, nothing torn or ripped. So that's crazy because it is 14 years old, so it's old. All right, let's go next deck. All right, now this one I contemplated getting 2 of because it is a fire type, but we have the Diamond and Pearl Inferno Zone, and this has Infernape on the front of it. This one is in pretty good condition. It said non-mint condition, but this one's in really good condition. I feel like if anything, he gave me probably the one that's in better shape, but I'll show it to you here. It's in really, really good shape. So now we've got, and I have a Stormfront deck that's based off of Gyarados, so I need the Tyranitar deck, but we're starting now our Diamond, Pearl, Heart Gold, Silver. So right now we've got one of everything. We've got a Platinum, a Heart Gold, Soul Silver, and this Diamond and Pearl Infernape one. As you can see, it looks a lot cooler once you get a light on it, like with that hollow foil effect on the box. And then again, the seal just looks really, really clean. That one doesn't seem to have any tears or anything on it. So boom, I got a trio of new stuff added to my collection. And then we got another Platinum deck. This one I actually wanted. I've recently started to become a big fan of Giratina. I'm starting to really like the design. And this one is just really, really trippy looking. Really, really cool design. And like, this is niche stuff that I just don't think anybody cares about. One of my favorite things is behind the decks, seeing the illustration of the Pokemon in a simple format. It just looks really, really good. I think it adds to the design of the deck, or the deck box. But yeah, nice and shiny hollow foil. Looks like it's in good condition. We've got the hang tag intact there. And I actually thought that this would sell if I tried selling one of these. So I offered pretty much everybody on eBay who had these near the same price that I paid for this one, and pretty much everybody declined my offers, which is fine. But I pretty much got every single one of these for like $50, $60. So for me to pick up 4 decks that typically I would get one vintage deck for like $200, for me to pick up 4, 5 at that same price, I feel like it's pretty good. Now, mind you, 14 years ago, 15 years ago, these decks were $10. So I am paying 5 times the amount, but if you think about it, is it really a big deal in the grand scheme of things? I paid 5 times the amount, and somebody held on to this for 15, 14 years for me, essentially. Okay, we have a duplicate Meganium-based deck, and man, both of these are minty, so whichever one I decide to sell, someone's going to be really, really happy with it. We'll take a look at this one. Yeah, this one's super clean. No tears, no rips, no nothing. Yeah, the seal's in really, really good shape. Back, the hang tag's in good shape. Everything is intact. And it almost looks like it has like no dings or anything. Honestly, they're both in really, really good shape. I'm really excited to be selling sealed products now, because before I really went for like stuff that I was buying because I was on a deep budget. And what I did find is that there are a lot of other people that are shopping the same way, that are buying the same quality stuff because they're on a budget too. So I did get a lot of sales on used items, but I'm trying to step my game up and start picking up stuff that I would personally collect in my sealed collection, and that I know people will buy from me and cherish for a really long time. So I'm excited about that. So we got a lot of decks. One of these Heart Gold Soul Silver decks will go up for sale and hopefully offset my cost there, and help someone find a deck for a reasonable price. And yeah, we got a Gold Star Vaporeon. That came in today, pretty major. And I think that leaves us with 5 gold stars technically left officially. Technically 4, but I'm dead set on getting Rayquaza in a PSA slab. Dead set on getting Rayquaza in a PSA slab. All right. I'm getting super picky about these cards. The more I pick them up, I'm getting really picky with how they look and making sure I got the absolute best copy I could get my hands on. The further you get in this hobby collecting cards like this, the more you're going to nitpick every little aspect of these cards. So I'm just looking over it, looking for any last imperfections, any reason why I wouldn't keep it in the long term. And I gotta say, this looks like something I'm keeping in the long term. I mean, yeah, I don't even know what I would even complain about. The card is really clean. You know, I don't know how much more you can expect from a PSA 9. You know, you get some whitening on your corners, and honestly, at the end of the day, like, dude, this card is just as good as a PSA 10, but it has little whitening on the edges. I mean, the front, the holo has literally no scratches whatsoever. It's super clean. There's no dings. There's no dents. Like, I don't know how much more you could want out of it. On top of that, this one does have a swirl, which, again, you guys probably can't see that swirl above his head, but it looks so awesome. I do want to say I paid, I think I paid $1,100 for Vaporeon. And that's definitely on the higher end. But again, I'm a firm believer that this stuff is getting really hard to find. And you know what? Again, once again, I paid market that someone wanted on this. I sent it to the vault. Right now, because of PSA buying out the vault, withdrawing your items from the vault is free. Guys, what I mean by that is, if you're buying a really high-end card right now, not only can you send it to the vault, not pay taxes, but because the vault is ending, and I mean it, I think it's ending, and that is the only reason I can think that it is, there's 0 fees to withdraw from the vault right now, because they're not going to charge people when they're shutting the thing down. So right now, you can vault something, save on taxes, and then withdraw it, and not pay the withdrawal fee. So it's literally a win-win-win right now. I don't know how long this will last. I don't know if it'll be another couple weeks, another week or two, another month or two, but right now is the time to be buying up grails. It seems like right now in my collecting hobby, even though I'm not going to probably accomplish my all-time grails, like my final grails anytime soon, first edition Charizard, Gold Star Ray, Gold Star Umbreon, even though I'm not going to accomplish those at the rate that I want to, or anytime soon at this point, I've been ramping it up, still looking for those cards or any first editions that I could pick up and vault and withdraw for free. And I've also been ramping up my modern sealed buying, which is kind of stupid considering that stuff is going to be there, but the vault is not. So I should be buying singles right now. But also the modern sealed market seems like it's like Sword and Shield seems like it's right about to just start exploding once everything is gone off Pokemon Center. So there's a little part of me that's FOMOing a little bit into adding that stuff. As you guys saw from my last video, I have added quite a bit of battle styles. I got a case of Lost Origin. I got a case of Brilliant Stars. So I'm definitely preparing for things to move up in price. But anyways, I definitely would recommend if there's anything that you're looking at going after, and it's a high-end card and you know you're gonna have to pay thick taxes on it, go ahead and pick it up, vault it, and withdraw it from the vault, because we don't know how long it's going to last, and it's an amazing time to be a buyer, honestly. Anyways, guys, yeah, it'll be interesting what happens with the vault in PSA and eBay in general, but I think it's just the vault is going to cease to exist. Anyways, guys, let me know how you enjoyed the mail day. Let me know if you know anything about Vaporeon that you could add to this topic, and let me know if you like these slightly more modern theme decks, what you think of them. Am I wasting my time? Am I going down another rabbit hole? Or am I doing, again, what I did before, finding a niche that nobody really is into and suddenly becomes a little more popular? Because right now, theme decks are more popular than they were a year or a couple years ago. There are listings of people completing all of these theme deck sets and wanting buku bucks for it. So people are definitely valuing these the same way I do. I don't know if that has anything to do with me or people watching the channel and then going after theme decks or what, but I think these are next and they're really good value. And being 10, 15 years old, they're pretty old. So I think that they're worth the slight premium from someone sitting on them all this time. Anyways, guys, peace out. Have a fantastic night, and I'll catch you guys on the next one. Peace.